So now I have a story to tell. When we bought FUHY, the Cessna 150, it had this spinner on it. You can see that there. Had that spinner. It didn't have these holes, but that's part of the story. This spinner was on it, and that included this back plate. And you can see there's a crack in the corner right there. That's fairly common, I've learned. But it also had in front of the propeller this. But when we got it and we're doing the first annual, this was just sitting inside the spinner, just bobbling around in there, stuck in the hub of the prop. Stuck in the hub of the prop on that thing. Well, so that just didn't look right. So the AME put some nut plates on here. You can see riveted each of those little nut plates. And we used this doubler, drilled these holes, and then bolted it all back together. And within literally just a few hours of flying, these holes, which go through those nut plates, had worn out, and the prop, you could watch it when it was on the spinning, when the engine was running. The spinner was just kind of wobbling like this, so it was off center, and we had centered it perfectly. So I examined it and looked at these holes and discovered, oh, look at that, they're worn through. Especially that one, that was the worst. It had countersunk washers on here, and it wore them, cut through the aluminum. So that spinner's no good. So I took it off, had to get different bolts to bolt the prop back on. I did that, but there we have it. And so I started looking for a new spinner. $2,200. And if you look in the manual, let's see if I can flip this around so I can see better. There we go. If you look in the parts listing, the illustrated parts catalog for Cessna, you see spinners. This one was called a skull cap, or affectionately referred to as a skull cap. It's just a little thing. Then there's this one, which, from everything I can tell, except for the way the back plate is designed, is this one. Or thereabouts. This one is close. But there's also this one. And to match up the spinner, you have to go by serial number. This is the serial number for FUHY. And it says that is code J for 1506, 1533 and on. So 1506, 15, yeah, so that's 35. So this is above that, so this is J. Or code K, anything listed code K is for serial number 17001 and on. And if it's code E, or if the serial number is 17001 through 15066354, which is higher than that, so it could also be code E in this parts listing, or code B by the same logic. Okay, so then you look at the picture, and it says this prop, or sorry, this spinner is for 15059950 and on. So that fits, right? So it should be this spinner. But when I emailed Textron to find out what's the right spinner, it seems they referred me to this one the first time, but the second time they did refer me to number 27, and I can get that special order through Textron. But what about these? Well, there's a challenge. These ones, this assembly, is about $2,200. This one is about $100 less, like $89. So what do? Well, doesn't have to have a spinner at all, because that's the other thing I found out from is you don't actually need a spinner at all, because it's called standard equipment, not required equipment. So that's the story of the spinner. We're going to figure it out and put one on.